Hey everyone, welcome to the Career Development Lab. My name is Tatyaji, and today in this video I want to tell you that Laravel 10 is officially launched. And what came in the Laravel 10, so in this video I will explain it with the practical examples. So let's get started. So here I have prepared this in the Word file, so I'm going to cover these 9 steps by step with practical example. So let's get started. So the very first is generating CLI prompts. What is the meaning of this one? So before this, in the Laravel 9, 8 and 7 versions, we are generating our model and we are generating our request manually, or we are adding the flag of M for migration or for resource controller, right? But Laravel 10 make this very simpler. So let's take it out. So here I have installed the Laravel 10 installation, and if I go here and let me move this here, so it's Laravel 10.0, right? I have also installed the Laravel 9 application. I want to also show you the some of the differentiation here. So the very first is here you need to open the CLI, right? So let me open this out like this. So now these are visible. So I'm going to open the terminal, and here you need to write a command php artisan make model, and you don't need to specify the model name here. Just enter this out, and is it asking me what should the model name, right? So I want to generate the post model, right? Enter post, hit enter, and yes, now it's suggesting would you like to any of the following. So it means that it's suggesting us, do you want to create two factories, a form request, migration, receives, resource controller, and stuff like that, right? So do you want to create them? If you don't want to create them, just enter 0 and hit enter, so it will create only post model, right? But if you want to create a migration, and you want to create the form request, so form request is 2, and then migration 4. So just enter this like this and hit enter, so it will generate these both one, not all. So how to generate the all of one? So you can generate it using 1. So this all is representing this 1. So whenever we will enter this one, so it will generate all of the things, like it will generate the post factory, post form request, post migration, and stuff like that. So just enter this out and we'll check this out. Okay, let's go here. The model, the post model is created. Great. And now let's go to the form request. So here there is no directory of request. Oh my god, I think I entered it wrong. Make it fully, it's 1, it's correct, right? And yes, now it's so generated other things here. So if I go to this request, okay, store request, store post request, having the authorize and rules helpers, right? Okay, it's also identical, right? So it means that it's now created the form request. Okay, also it's created the factory, post factory, and it's created the post migration. This one is a post migration with the name of column and timestamp and boolean key, right? Also fill this out as it's doing, and just go to this seeder, and post seeder is there, right? So it's great. We don't need to do anything. In most of the cases, we need all of the stuff, right? So why we need to add this PHP artisan make model, then migration, resource, and stuff like that? So we don't need to do this out. Laravel will make it very simpler, right? Okay, this one is our first feature. So just mark this as done. So the next is PHP version. So the PHP version should be 8.1 or greater than 8.1. So in the Laravel 9, PHP 8.0 is also supported, but for now it's not supported. I have opened this application here, Laravel 10 application, and my current PHP version is 8.1. And here if I go to this Laragon, so it's also telling that it's a PHP 8.1. And by the way, I have full course on it, how you can set up your Laragon environment here. So you can watch this video. And I have also multiple courses on the, especially on the Laravel. So you can check them out. So let's come to our topic. Our topic is this one is our PHP version. If I go here and now I'm going to change the PHP version, so just click on this, and here I'm going to make this PHP 8.0. So let's refresh it. Oh my god, it's doing error. So let me turn this off. Okay, okay, let's stop this out and then it will be okay. Wait for a moment to complete this process. In this file is missing this one, that's why it's behaving like this. Okay, just start this again, refresh it, and it will tell you that 8.1 is required, right? Your PHP version should be 8.1 or greater than 8.1. So now I'm going to go back again here. I need to also stop this out and then change this PHP version 8.1. Okay, and then I will restart this Apache here and it will work like a charm. So refresh it, and yes, Laravel 10 is working successfully. Great. So we also covered this out. Okay, what's next? Profile helper. So what is the meaning of this profile helper? So this profile helper is very useful in the test. So if I go to the Laravel 10 application, let me close this out. Here we have two type of tests. Let me close all of the tabs. Here, this one test directory contain the unit test and features test. By default, we have example feature test and example unit test, right? And we can run these tests using this PHP artisan test command. Hit enter, and it's running these two tests, right? So now, what's the differentiation with the Laravel 9 and Laravel 10? So Laravel 10 also added another feature of how we can track that which test is taking too much time. So you can simply add another flag of profile here and hit enter. It will tell you that it will show you the slowest test from top to bottom. It's now showing top 10 slowest feature test, right? Not feature test, it's displaying the test. So example test is taking 0.8 seconds, and this one is taking 0.81 seconds. It means that if we have multiple tests, we can easily differentiate that big test is taking too much time, so we can improve this test, and in this way we can improve our performance, right? So this is a great feature for a test. So just make this also green. Here, validation rules. So validation rules are changed from functions to the closure. So what is this? So if I go here, I'm now going to the first Laravel 9 application, and here I'm going to generate the rule, and then I'm going to add this also rule in the Laravel 10. So let me make this smaller here. PHP artisan make, let me make this on the left side so you can also see this. It's a little bit bigger. Okay, PHP artisan make test, not test, make rule, and then I'm going to create the rule upper case, right? Uppercase, and for this it will create by default simple class, right? Now let's go to this app. There is a rule directory, and this contains the rule construct method, process method, and message, right? That we can show the message. So this one is like this. But if you want to generate the invocable rule. So how you can do this? So you need to type here invocable, hit enter, so to generate the invocable class. So it's this class is already exists. So let me change this to lower class, lowercase. Okay, it's generated this class, and if I go here and this contain the invoke method here like this, right? But in the Laravel 9 by default, you can whenever you are generating your rules, you don't need to specify this invoke method. It's going to by default to implement this out, right? So let's go here, this out, run php artisan make rule, and I'm going to rule this uppercase, and here I'm not going to mention any of the invocable flag. Hit enter, and yes, invoked rule is created. Go here, and yes, it's created here, and it's in the Laravel 10 it's handling this through this through this helper with all of the attributes here, right? Here in the built-in, you need to manually define this here that you want to use this invoke, right? So by default, Laravel is handling this out. And one more thing here, let's go to the here. Let's search this invoke. Okay, go here, and other is implicit. If you want to generate the implicit, you need to add this flag, right? And invocable flag in the Laravel 9. But if you are in the Laravel 10, you need to just simply add this out because invocable is already added by default, right? That's it for this validation. And in the next videos, I will also tell you that how to use this validation rule. Subscribe to the channel so you will be updated when the video is launched. Okay, so another is password helper. So before in the Laravel 9, 8 and other versions, Laravel is generating the hash using hash make helper. But in the Laravel 10, it's added this password set, and it's generating the password using password helper. So let's go to the Laravel 10 application, and here I'm going to achieve this using artisan tinker, and here I'm going to use this str passage password. This one will be the helper, and enter this out, and yes, it's generated a hash password, right? So you can generate the password like this. So it's by default 32 I don't know what's the it's bit or something. So it's a 32 character long password. You can also generate the manually you can define the manual character like 15, hit enter, so to generate the 15 character long password. If you want to create this 155 very long password, it will also generate this password with your own character size, right? Okay, so in this way you can generate the password using Laravel 10, and you can also specify its character limit. Great. And another is remove deprecated. What is the meaning of this one? So it means that some of the helpers which are working in the Laravel 9, they are removed from this Laravel 10. So you can also check the comparison here, and let me show you some deprecated here. Run this out. So what's the deprecated? So it's a get base query, and now it's using this to base, right? Maintenance is also removed. This one is also removed. If I go here, and what's the thing here is cost. So cost and dates property. So I think this cost is deprecated now, and we are using this dates right now, and we will also use this dates property into this Laravel 10, right? So you can also see here other pull requests which contain the deprecated information. And now let's mark this also done, and this one is process layer. So let's go back here, this process layer. Okay, so here Laravel makes testing and running CLI process a teamwork. Process layer include bridge figure out end-to-end method to build a process. And if you go to the documentation, it's a little bit more descriptive. Introduce a beautiful abstraction layer of starting and interacting with external process to give processes the same. So before in the Laravel 9 and lower version, so it's a little bit syntax is changed, and you cannot directly run these processes. But in the Laravel 10, you can directly run these processes, right? And you can also call other helpers. So let me show you the other helpers. These are the helpers. You can directly call them on the processes, right? So in this way you can run the processes, and you can also make sure its status, its output, and stuff like that. Great. It's also a big feature. And another big feature is parameter types. It's very useful and very useful as security purposes. So do you know Nunu? So it's make a full make this one is a repository of this official Laravel framework. So Nunu is mentioned here. No, someone. This one is different guy. So someone suggested that, for example, we pass this in the where condition null equal null updates. It will update all of the users, so which is very weird, and it's very strange, and it's not good for as a security purposes, because if someone passes this null equal null, let's accept this out. So here he is talking about that we need to validate this thing. Seems to be like a bug in consuming code. This column only accept to string array, so passing null is not supported. So it means that we need to doesn't support this null value, so then we can get this out. So this thing is improved in the Laravel 10, and here Guru is did this thing here. So for example, this one created helper contain a user object, and here you need to now type into your object, right? For example, you have a user object, you need to add this user, and then it will not accept other for example, you pass this other information rather than this user, so it will throw an error that you need to pass this user. So in this way you can improve your code, and this one is also improved in the PHP, right? And there is also return type, so it's also good feature. So you need to add this return type after these functions, so you can easily define that what this function is doing and what it's returning, right? So it's also this. So you can also check out next short. You can also do this for the array, for the register method, and stuff like that. So overall concept is Laravel is now using the types, right? And if you will not pass this types, it will throw an error that type does not exist, right? It's very good as a security purposes, because someone passed if someone passed some else from this instead of user, so it will be accepted, right? Which is not good thing. Okay, so last one is remove doctrail DBL. So this package is used for renaming our migration column name. For example, we created a username which is by default. You can say that we created a column which data type is integer, and in the for the time pass we need it as a float, right? So how we can change its data type? So we can change this using the rename column, and then for this, whenever we are executing this migration, so it asks us to install this doctrail DBL package. Then we are able to do this out. So by default now it's added in the Laravel 10, so we don't need to add this manually, and we can do whatever. We can change our data type, we can change the column name, and stuff like that. So hope this video will explain properly that what's came in the Laravel 10, and you can use this in the you can also give it a try to this Laravel 10, and I'm sure you will also be surprised with the new welcome page, which is very awesome. right? Before this it's look like this, but now it's look like this. And by the way, if you are new on this channel, subscribe this channel to get more videos about Laravel. I'm shooting videos totally about Laravel. I have 30 plus courses here, how to do different things. I have courses on APIs, I have courses on helpers, Stripe discount, QR code, blog system. This one is rooted in the live environment, and there are much more things. So don't forget to check this out. And if you like this video, share your feedback in the video that how much valuable this video is. And I will meet you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.